Of course, it's a full entry for President William Ruto and his second in command. A lot of expectations, very, very high. Remember, the campaign was built around the hustler narrative. And so the country will be looking forward to how the two will move the country forward. But the outgoing President Kenyatta, for him, as we have put it there, it's an end of an era. So let's just look at his profile. When he was born, 1961, quite a number of years back, he attended the prestigious St. Mary's School right here in the capital city of Nairobi, graduated, went all the way to the United States of America, where he studied a degree in political science and economics at the Amherst College. He came back to Kenya in 1997 through his heart in the political contest. Ran for the Gatundu Kanu branch chairmanship. He won, and in 1999, if you can remember, President Daniel Arap Moi appointed him the chair of the Kenya Tourism Board, and 2 years later, in 2001, he was nominated to Parliament and appointed as a minister in charge of the local government docket. 1 year later, in 2002, he was elected one of the four. You remember, KANU reorganized its structure, so we had four vice chairmen, and he was elected to be one of those four. In the same year, he vied for the presidency, if you can remember, and he lost to Mwai Kibaki of NAC. I remember him conceding. In 2005, he won the KANU national chairmanship after defeating Nicholas Kipiator Biwott. Same year, he campaigned against the referendum. I keep reminding you remember the banana and the orange. That referendum was about amending the constitution. And so he was on the same side with Right Honorable Raila Odinga. 2 years later, 2007, declared that KANU would not field a presidential candidate, but instead backed President Kibaki's second bid. All right. 1 year later, he was appointed Deputy Prime Minister, and he took a responsibility at the Ministry of Trade. We recall that because of the 2007 and 2008 post-election violence, there was a case in the Netherlands at The Hague, and he was one of the people who had to go there and defend himself over the post-election violence. The charges were very heavy, serious charges, crimes against humanity. He shuffled to head the Ministry of Finance while maintaining his deputy premiership. That should have come earlier. In 2013, Mount Kenya region fronted him to succeed retiring President Mwai Emilio Kibaki. In 2013, you remember, he won the presidency with his running mate, William Ruto. That was their first term, and the ticket that took them to power was the Jubilee ticket against, of course, their closest rival, Raila Amolo Odinga. 2015, they went through the case, and you remember that case that was at The Hague collapsed. Those charges were dropped. Okay, at the ICC. In 2017, again, the presidential election came. He won against Raila Odinga of the National Super Alliance, NASA. 1 year later, you remember, in 2018, the doctrine of the handshake. He shook hands with the opposition leader, Raila Odinga, his preferred successor, in the 2022 election. His preferred candidate, Raila Odinga, lost the presidential election to his deputy, William Samoei Ruto. September 13th, just a reminder, 2022, and that's tomorrow, marks the end of Kenyatta's tenure as president. And remember that we will be covering those proceedings as they take place tomorrow. So let me, Betty, anything you want to throw in there?
Yes, quite an interesting profile there of the outgoing president.